So Pokemon, it has a lot of games, and I mean tons of them. Some of these games end up becoming extremely popular, and the other half end up becoming forgotten history. And I'm here today to talk about some of these hidden gems, but none of the official ones. Let's talk about Pokemon Tower Defense. If you're a Pokemon fan in the early 2010s, you definitely know about this game. But for those that don't, Pokemon Tower Defense is a fan game made by Sam and Dan Games, and it's basically a Bloons Tower Defense like Pokemon game, where you use your Pokemon to defend against evil Pokemon trying to invade your territories or steal your rare candies from your zones, and whoever's the last one standing wins. This game was pretty influential to the Pokemon community, supporting multiplayer play, trading, and had a huge hub of players excited to play this game in the early 2010s. And the only reason we don't talk about this game today is because it ran on Flash Player, and we all know what happened to the Flash Player. Rest in peace! But not to worry, through emulation, I get to play this game again and experience what it was like being a child in the early 10s playing Pokemon Tower Defense. The game starts off in classic fashion, with Team Rocket hatching a plan to break into Professor Oak's lab and steal all of his rare candies. Professor Oak prompts you to pick your starter Pokemon, and I pick Squirtle, of course, and we are left off to defend the lab from the Rattatas trying to take the candy. And that was a piece of cake. But then Team Rocket got salty and unleashed an army of Rattatas to attack the lab, but then Gary pulled up and destroyed them with his Blastoise. He also started yapping about how Ash is the Pokemon champion and he's missing and blah blah blah. That's not important because this is my story and we're off to Route 1. In Route 1, Team Rocket wasn't done with me. They hypnotized a young boy and his Pidgey to use all his Pokemon to attack me. Yeah, this first mission is gonna be fun. Bro, there are so many Pokemon. How is Squirtle supposed to handle all this? Come on, Squirtle, you can hold out, but this is cutting it close. In this game, sometimes wild Pokemon's health bars will turn red, giving us the opportunity to catch it. So I found a Pidgey with a red health bar and I caught it, adding him to the team. After defeating the herds of wild Pokemon, the hypnotized boy came out pretty angry and used his strongest Pokemon Pidgey against us. That we literally wiped out in a second. We're then shown a scene where the Hypnos are brainwashing the young kid, but he finally snaps out of it, and we learn his name's Joey, and now he's tagging along for us on the mission. Great. So now we're off to Viridian Forest, and we met a herd of Pikachus that said, "Pika, we shouldn't be out here, Chew." "Pika, you're right, Chew." "Pika, who you calling a Raichu?" This game's dialogue is pretty funny. Anyways, just when we met Joey, he gets into beef with the Beedrill over rare candies and literally gets kidnapped, leaving me and Pidgey alone to fight off a herd of Viridian Forest Pokemon. Now let me tell you, Viridian Forest was not easy at all. We lost a bunch. I don't know what they're giving these Pokemon in the forest, but they definitely have some forms of steroids. But we ended up finding a Pikachu, which is pretty rare, to help us out on this mission, and defeated all the Viridian Forest Pokemon defending the candies. It is then revealed that Brock, the Pewter City gym leader, is working with Team Rocket and has Joey hostage. My main character gets a vision from Mewtwo of all people, saying how I have to go and save Joey and that he's in danger, and he teleports me into the Pewter City gym to fight Brock. After defeating Brock's waves of Onyxes, he gives us the Pewter City gym badge and reveals that he was only teaming up with Team Rocket because they held his family captive and he wants to get information out of them. We ended up heading to Mount Moon and caught a Nidoran on the way. Moving on to Joey, he was in the woods and finally caught his first Pokemon, Pikachu. When we made it to Mount Moon, Brock informed us that Team Rocket blocked off the path and we need to defend Brock while he's trying to clear up the path. While we defeated all the Mount Moon Pokemon and defended Brock from them, we see Gary and Ash flying in the sky, and Ash says he doesn't have that much time and is being chased by the legendary birds. Once Brock brings us inside the cave, it is revealed that he's actually evil again and is working for Team Rocket and wants to kill us inside of the cave. This is going to be very challenging. And challenging it was, because on our first attempt of many of this Mount Moon mission, Squirtle evolved into Wartortle, and we still lost. After a few more attempts, we got Nidoran to evolve, which didn't do anything, we just lost again. Pidgey decided to take after its siblings and evolve too, which was actually enough for us to defeat Mount Moon. Oh, and we also caught a Growlithe on the way too. After Team Rocket and Brock failed to kill a bunch of kids, they kind of just got stuck in the cave with it collapsing on them. I don't know, they'll probably make a return to the story later. But me and Jerry were off to Cerulean City, and we made it there and wanted to fight Misty, the water gym leader, to get her badge. Joey went ahead and fought her and got absolutely destroyed, and it was my turn to step up to see if I was able to get the Cerulean gym badge. And we got slaughtered by Misty. A lot. I realized that our team was severely underleveled and just kept getting ragdolled, so we had to go back to Mount Moon and train. So, it's training montage time. Now with their fully evolved team, we are strong enough to at least try to take on Misty. Arcanine learned a really important move called Roar, which just pushes the enemies back so they come again for a wave, which is more beneficial than you think. It makes sure no one gets near the candies, and they take a lot of damage from my other Pokemon. It was getting pretty close. Some of Misty's Pokemon slipped by and stole some candies, and we were on the final wave down to the last 3 candies. But finally, after everyone's hard work, we beat Misty. Oh my goodness, if you look at our team before and after, it is night and day what this gym leader did to us. Misty ends up refusing to give us our gym badge and tells us to follow her into this other room, which we see her standing on water and reveals that she has a Kyogre. Ma'am, it is not that deep. I just want my gym badge. Ash Ketchum then comes running into the room calling Misty honey. Whoa, I think I missed the page because they got married? Okay. Ash starts to let us know that all the Nurse Joys and Officer Jennies are missing and wild Pokemon are acting up. Misty goes on to tell Ash that he better leaves and not interferes with her plans and that it will only cause suffering to people around them. Ma'am, I'm just trying to get my gym badge. I'm not really trying to be involved in this family politics. Then, out of nowhere, a green Mewtwo appears and lets Ash know that they're the general of the army and is behind all of this. Mewtwo ends up stealing Ash's Master Ball, and Ash gives me the task to take on Misty and the Kyogre while he goes deals with the Mewtwo. Like, I only have level 30 Pokemon and you're the champion, but I guess someone has to take care of the Kyogre, right? For this legendary Pokemon, I whipped up my 2 powerhouses, Raichu and Nidoking, since Nidoking has the move Thunder. And Kyogre was a bit of a piece of cake. It took some time, but we completely mowed him down, and Misty finally admits that we deserve this gym badge. Moving on to the others POV, we see Ash slam his Tauros into the Mewtwo and tells Joey to run away. Mewtwo ends up killing the Tauros, and we end up seeing Ash bring out the 3 original starter Pokemon and have the coolest fight sequence I've seen from this game yet. But it looks like Mewtwo got the upper hand on them by using Psychic and used Self-Destruct on everyone. So rest in peace, Ash. And that's the end of Act 1. In Act 2, we can see where this story goes and who else dies.